Hello everybody, I'm Yoshikigami, President of BOSS. I'm talking from Japan. So today we have a Matt, as usual, and also a special guest. Good morning, guys.
How's it going?
Morning. Yes, welcome everyone tuning in to Talk with Boss, our weekly live stream where we dive into a different Boss topic. And we have, yes, a special guest, Mr. Alex Hutchings. Alex, do you want to maybe, before we dive in, do you want to just give yourself a little bit of introduction?
Sure. Well, firstly, thank you very much for having me. It's cool to be here, showing this lovely instrument. We'll get to that. Yes, I've been very fortunate to work with Roland and Boss for many years. I'd say about 12 years, and I've enjoyed many products over that time and working with the engineers in Japan, and it's been a wonderful experience. And most recently, I also did the world tour with Stephen Wilson, which was great fun. And I might add, I had the wonderful ES8 board and about 8 or 9 Boss pedals, which really served me well. So it was cool.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, I know you've worked with us for a long time. And Yoshi-san, maybe you want to introduce the theme for this week.
Yes, today we are going to introduce EURUS GS1 electronic guitar and EV1WL wireless expression pedal. They are just unveiled last week. Yep.
Yes, I think so. This is totally fresh products for us and really exciting stream to dive into this week. And I guess many people were surprised by the appearance of a Boss branded guitar. And if you haven't checked it out already on our official YouTube channel, there is a explainer concept video from Yoshisan himself. And in fact, Alex created and played the background music for that video as well. And at the same time, we launched the EV1WL, which is our wireless MIDI expression pedal. In fact, the world's first wireless MIDI expression pedal, which will also be compatible with Waz Air, Katana Air, and more. So today we're going to introduce the concept a bit more deeply. Alex has prepared some demonstration sounds, which I know everyone's going to be excited to see. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy today's stream. Don't forget to add all your comments into the comment box below as well, because we will try and get through to some of those as well. So let's start with the guitar. The EURUS GS1 is the first Boss branded guitar. And in the past, we have had some collaborations with other brands. But Yoshi-san, why did Boss decide to create a Boss branded guitar?
Yes. So history of V guitar is, we made a VG Stratocaster that is provided from Fender. Then we made a G5 that is powered by Boss. And then we made a collaboration with Strandberg guitar that has very much, modern type of guitar image. VG Stratocaster, we decided to use Fender Stratocaster because that is authentic style shape with new technology. Then Strandberg guitar is new image of the guitar and new technology. But now we want to have much more modern type of guitar. So that is EURUS GS1 and first Boss branded guitar. As you know, Boss is providing such an innovative product over 40 years. As a sound innovator. And also we had a, keyword breakthrough. So I believe this EURUS is one of the breakthrough product. We developed a lot of technologies and provided a lot of innovative effects, amplifier, such a product. So today, I'm very happy to introduce a totally new experience to everybody. That is, we cultivate our technology and our experience. We wanted to such a technology and experience unite to the guitar itself. That's expand the guitar expression. And we believe we can provide something new value for the guitarist.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, as you said there, our keyword has been breakthrough. And I think you could say the EURUS GS1 is probably our most breakthrough product ever. And obviously, as we've said, it's called the EURUS GS1. Yoshisan, do you want to explain maybe a bit about the naming behind and the story behind EURUS?
Yes. So this time it's a BOSS brand, first BOSS branded guitar, and that has a very fresh shape of the guitar, and our strength is electronics. So unite electronics and electric guitar. That is electronic guitar, not just a regular electric guitar. So we named that EURUS, and EURUS name has kind of like east wind. That has a meaning, east wind. So we are a Japanese company, and we want to blow something wind from Japan to all over the world. So that's EURUS name has such our image and concept.
Yeah, I think it's great, and it's a nice little story to tell behind that name as well. And some people are also asking Yoshisan, why with GS1 are we describing it as an electronic guitar rather than a guitar synthesizer?
Yes, that is very much important point. Guitar synthesizer, if we call EURUS guitar synthesizer, some guy expect, can I get the piano sound? Can I get brass sound? But this is totally different approach. EURUS is electronic guitar. We wanted to propose such a new style of the guitar. You don't need to think about the difference between guitar synthesizer and guitar. EURUS, our focus is how you can play naturally, and you can use guitar playing skill. Regular guitar synthesizer, if we use a PCM sound, that's provide very real piano sound. But probably you need to play like a pianist, not like a guitarist. Otherwise, you cannot provide real piano sound. But EURUS GS1 is guitar, so you can use your familiar guitar technique. Then you can control all the synthesizer sound. So this is totally new musical instrument. So, maybe we can tell, you play guitar synthesizer, And also, it's sometimes if you start to play guitar synthesizer, maybe you need to think about how to play. But EURUS, you don't need to think about that. Just start to play. What do you think about that, Alex?
I think it's a very important point, and I agree totally. You're lost in the world of sound, not thinking really about anything. No pedal, no extra things. You're just able to play very naturally and enjoy the sound. Like you say, you're not trying to think differently. It's very natural, and that's important for this instrument, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. Natural. EURUS GS1 is very much natural. You can play, and it's kind of like just changing pickup selector and changing tone and guitar volume. You can change guitar synthesizer sound. So this is totally new musical instrument. That is our target image of EURUS.
Yeah, cool. It's very, very seamless, and as you said, they're very natural between the guitar and those synthesizer sounds. And before we dive into some of the sound, the last question for you, Yoshi-san, on the guitar is, a lot of people have been asking about the intention and design behind the new BOSS logo. So maybe you could talk a little bit about the story behind that.
Yes, we have a lot of discussion about logo design. Some dealer guys wanted to use authentic BOSS logo, but BOSS, our block logo is very much industrial. That is very much fit for our current product. But EURUS is a guitar, and that has very beautiful streamline shape. So we wanted to design everything to fit to such an image. So body, neck, head, and also logo. So we decided to create new design of BOSS logo. So,
yes.
you know, maybe you can feel we are doing totally new challenge, you know, as a product and also BOSS logo. So EURUS is our electronics technology with innovative wireless control function and very high-level guitar spec. Such kind of seamless combination is very much important. So we wanted to have perfect combination of design and function technology. Maybe you can feel that.
Yes, I think, you know, it's like I said, this is our most breakthrough product ever, and a kind of almost like a new instrument. And that requires a lot of new thinking and, you know, new designs as well. So before we go into the sound, just quickly checking in with the comments. Morning to Boss is the Boss. I think that's our good friend who joins every week. There's some questions about the sound, which we'll come to a little bit later. Morning to Simon McBride, who put out a great post of some Boss pedals the other day, his new pedal board as well. Also, our guys are also in the chat answering some questions, and we'll try and deep dive into some questions shortly. So I guess we should get to the point that I think some people are pretty excited to hear, which is the synth sounds. So as we've said, in terms of playability, the GS1 allows you to control the sound without any special technique. So you can play it in the same way that you would play a guitar, right, Yoshi-san?
Yeah, that is very much important point. We wanted to create a new product, but not new playing skill. You can use all current your regular guitar play skill. So how did you feel, Alex? You know, you have a prototype, and what is that feeling?
Yeah, it's wonderful. In fact, let me change the angle here. You can see it a bit more clearly. It's a very comfortable guitar. I have I've been a fan of guitar synths for many years. You know, I've used all of the synths you mentioned earlier, the VG, the G5, and they've all been great and had their pluses. But this one is the most natural, I think, and very expressive. I'll get on to the guitar a bit later, but you know, the trem and the pickup selections, everything is comfortable, you know, and the sound is great. So I'm enjoying it, definitely.
Yeah, so I think we should move on to some of the sound impressions. But obviously, before I do that, you know, just to make it clear, you know, to everyone, we are streaming through Zoom and through YouTube. So you're not going to get the clear full range as though you were playing, you know, in a store at home. You know, there might be some compression. I'm sure you're going to understand that, but hopefully you'll get an idea of the feeling behind the instrument and the sounds. And we are also planning to make some official sound content in the very near future as well. So with all of that, Alex, maybe we could hear some initial phrases with the GS1.
Sure. Okay, so that's just a short impression. What I'd like to do is separate the guitar and the synth, and then show you that I'm blending those together. So if I just turn off the synth, this is my guitar tone completely dry for a second. Regular guitar, you know, pickup selection, some crunch, and then I can just, on the guitar itself, kick in the synth now, and this is like a saw lead. If I like to just show you the synth individually, it's a beautiful, soft saw lead. And yeah, just to give you another one, this is one of my favorite ones. And you can hear the guitar is following along. I'm playing naturally. I'm not thinking, I'm just playing. And that's what makes it great.
Yes, and hopefully everyone tuning in at the moment can kind of get a feeling of that natural play feel. You know, right, Yoshi-san?
Yeah, so no need to change your play style. Just start to play EURUS GS1 anyway. That is kind of like just changing guitar from Stratocaster to Les Paul or Les Paul to Stratocaster. That's easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, indeed. And I think as well, it's, you know, obviously kind of natural to some people to see the controls that we've got on the guitar. So we've got 4 control knobs directly on the instrument. So we've got volume and tone, like you'd expect, but there are 2 others. And maybe, Yoshi-san, you could explain a little bit about how they work with the instrument.
These 2 knobs are synth memory knob and synth control knob. And EURUS GS1 has 6 preset synth sound. So you can select 6 from 6 preset sound by using synth memory knob. And also you can control some parameters from synth control knob. It's in real time. So could you explain about how to use Alex?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So right here is the knob you mentioned. I can select 6 different sounds. So let's go to the first one, which is the saw lead again. I'll make it just synth for this purpose. Okay, I can change the parameters. Okay, let me show you it on another patch. I really like the synth, the bass synth rather. You can really hear. So this is all on the guitar. Hopefully you can see. I'll do it here. And what's great about that is in real time, just like you could use your volume knob for different tones, you can use your filtering knob, you know, and everything is right in the same playing position. Yeah, very cool.
And I guess as well, Alex, you know, it's really easy to change sounds very quickly. There's no muting between patches or anything like that as well.
So now I just went to a cool brass synth. I could just go straight to another one. And hopefully you didn't hear anything. It's very seamless. So live, you can just select and get straight to the sound.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. And actually, all the sounds, if you're interested, all the sounds that you're hearing now are pre-installed in the GS1. So backed by the Bluetooth feature of the instrument, you can also make a variety of sounds using the editor app. So there's loads of different synth parameters and sounds that you can freely edit. And you can also then freely assign parameters to the control knob per patch, which is very cool. So Yoshi-san, how many different synth sounds and types are installed within GS1?
Yeah, GS1 has 8 different types as a lead, pad, string, bell, organ, bass, dual, hold. And also each types has variation. So including such a variation, maybe total over 120. But,
wow,
you know, that number is not so important. You know, GS1 EURUS, the concept is expanding your expression with guitar sound. You know, So we selected a preset sound in such a purpose. So maybe that preset sound is very easy to play as a guitarist. And also we wanted to show the huge possibility of EURUS.
Yeah, and you know, kind of like you're saying there, a lot of the sounds are to maximize the guitar expression, you know, and there's such a wide variety of synth sounds, you know, depending on, you know, who you want to be as a guitar player, you can find those sounds within GS1. And you can easily, as I said, edit with the app that's available for iOS and Android. So you don't need a kind of background in deep synth understanding. It's, as you said, it's very, very easy. And actually, today, Alex has also kindly created some of his own tones for this stream, which is very, very exciting. So, Alex, do you want to talk through some of the sounds that you created and give us a little demo?
Yeah, right. This first one, by the way, I should mention that, of course, very seamlessly, I hope, just whilst you were talking, I simply used the app and loaded in my own sounds just that quickly. So here they are. This first one is something I love to do. It's like a cello or violin style sound. And what I really love is it really is expressive. This one in particular. Lovely sustain, and of course I can add the guitar into that as well. I can play that all day, so I better move on. Another sound that I like is this kind of what I call dirty octave synth. This is cool as well. Wait there. Sorry, let me try it one more time. Change that. Okay. And I'm hoping you can get the idea. I'm not really thinking synth or anything. I'm just playing the vibrato, any bending. So I'm kind of thinking blues, but it's kind of rockier and it's kind of modern Led Zeppelin. So I just need a drummer, and then I can make some cool music. Just very quickly, a couple more. This is like a synth brass. Very powerful sound. And of course polyphonic, so I'm playing chords, you know. And again, I can add the guitar anytime. And there's so many more, but that's a short example for you.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, I can already see. I've got the chat here, and many people are super excited with some of the sounds that you demoed.
Great,
as well.
Fantastic.
And Yoshi-san, I guess as well, the amp and effects that someone like Alex would use will also affect the synth sound as well.
Yeah, of course you can use very simply one output and with a guitar sound and synthesizer sound. But if you use different setting for synth sound by using independent output, maybe you can get much more spacey sound, a lot of reverb, delay, or something. So I found a very good combination of the synthesizer sound. I used TB2W, tone bender, and soul lead sound. That is so cool, you know. So maybe please everybody try to find a new sound. Maybe with your pedal board or your own amplifier, maybe you can create something, your original tone.
Yoshi-san, I think you're a lucky guy because apparently it's hard to get DB pedal. So you're a very lucky man. I've been searching for one, you know.
Yeah. This time I
Very
used
cool.
my position power.
Ah, yes. Very cool. Yes.
Yeah, I think, like you say, Yoshi-san, there's so many sound combinations, and I think this instrument is designed for people to find their own unique voice. Now, we are also going to talk a bit about some of the guitar itself. I'm just going to quickly check some of the comments because there's been a lot coming in. Someone said, yeah, it's great that it's made in Japan, which is something we're going to talk about in a minute. I think there was a question here from Jared. Morning, Jared. Curious what Alex is plugging into.
Yeah, sure. I'll explain that. Shall I quickly?
Do you want to just quickly explain the setup, Alex?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant to say that earlier. I was getting too excited. So just so you know, we have two outputs here, which is really cool because you can add extra flexibility to the sound. So you can just use one, if you like, which blends the synth and guitar together automatically. If you would like to separate the synth, you can do that. And personally, I've liked to do that. So I'm simply going into a GT1000 core, and I'm using the stereo in, and I'm able to affect the dual signal chain and individually add if I'd like a little reverb here or some delay. So that adds lots of flexibility, and that's what I'm using.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. And also, Vinicus here says the polyphonic tracking is off the charts.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Yeah, it's as we've said, it is very, very natural. And as I'm coming to play it more, and as we're talking this morning, I'm realizing it's been so natural. I've not thought about it, but of course, it's fantastic, you know. Yeah. So it is off the chart.
And someone said it wouldn't be an Alex vid without that sub bass.
Exactly. Yes, you know what I love. Yes, sorry about that.
No, that's it's great. Thank you, Alex. So let's talk about the actual guitar itself. So Yoshi-san, in terms of the GS1, it's also an original design as well, right?
Yes, that's the original. And also, you know, we selected carefully the specification, like fretboard. We have 24 fret, and that is compound radius fretboard. So you can very good grab feeling at the low position, and high position is very nice, and you know, playability with the choking. You know, compound radius is kind of like changing radius from low position to high position, gradually increase. So that's playability is very high. And also guitar is made in Japan and also assembling in Japan. So we are using very key parts as made in Japan. So the peg, bridge, they are Japanese Goto made.
Yes, yes, indeed. And like you say, that compound radius, you know, kind of creates a real smooth playability. Alex, what about obviously yourself? You've got the prototype. You've been playing it for a bit. So what's your sort of impression on the actual instrument?
I'm really enjoying it. I think one of the things that stood out to me, which was really cool, the trem feels fantastic. It's really cool. And as I'm playing, this feels so comfortable. I realized the Goto, it's the same I use on my custom instrument. So, of course, I'm lucky to work with a high-class luthier, so I always pick the best parts I can. And we decided Goto was really cool, and I've been using it already maybe 7 years. So I was happy to see that on this guitar. High, best quality. Also the locking tuners I also use on my signature. So already I'm comfortable with this fantastic instrument from that position. It is stable, makes it a stable instrument. And it feels really cool to play. I was very impressed. The intonation and everything was set very well. So it shows the care has been taken with the instrument when it was been made. So yeah, really cool.
And yeah, hopefully we've kind of made a suitable spec for all guitarists, but obviously including such a technical player like yourself, Alex.
Yeah.
What about things like how the balance of the body with the synth circuit, for example? How does that all feel?
To be honest, I don't notice it, so it just feels like a guitar. It doesn't feel different. It feels like you just put it on and away you go. You just keep playing. The other thing, of course, cool 5-way switch is very comfortable, and that instantly helps the sound of the synth and the guitar at the same time, and so you're getting loads of possibilities of dynamics and stuff, as you would expect with a good guitar.
Yes, that's right. Pickup is original pickup, and sounds very good. And also that has a 5-way switch. That is kind of like very much popular right now as a modern spec guitar. So that has five positions. The first position is a front pickup, and the second position is front pickup, single coil tap, and third position is mixed front and rear, and the fourth is rear single parallel output, and the fifth position is rear pickup. So that has only 2 humbucker pickups, but connection is very much variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
I think that's the great thing. As a guitar itself, it's a huge variety of sounds in there, and some that sound, kind of, really unique. And again, it's an instrument in its own right, which I think is great. So the next thing we're going to do is talk about the EV1. Just wanted to kind of highlight a couple of the good comments that we've had here as well. People saying great that we're using go-to parts. Obviously as well, thank you to everyone tuning in. This is a really high-rated stream for us, which is amazing. The pickups, obviously, we just talked about. And I think this was the comment from Bluetooth Fox that says, Boss have been wonderful creative partner and a big part of his tone for over 30 years. And it's great to see the biggest pedal maker come down to earth and do things like this as well. So thank you very much for that comment. So let's talk about EV1WL, which was released at the same time as the GS1. And Yoshisan, maybe you could introduce a few of the features to everyone.
Yes, EV1WL is world first wireless MIDI expression pedal, and that has you can see. EV1WL has Bluetooth, USB, MIDI, 3 different ways to connect. So this can use for very much variety of product. And also this is EURUS GS1 exclusive controller. So first thing is how to use with EURUS. That is a very important point of EV1WL.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so the EURUS GS1, if you missed it, has a Bluetooth feature, so you can connect wirelessly to the EV1WL. Alex, obviously, you've been playing around with it and setting some sounds. Do you want to talk about your impressions the first time you used it?
Absolutely. Firstly, even just hearing the idea made me excited. Really? I was surprised. And I was like, now that, even before I touched it, I'm like, that sounds really cool. So when I saw it, it was even better. It's a great product. I mean, it feels good as well under your feet. I might add that there's a cool new design on the tread. It kind of looks cool, This was a good point. And yeah, so it really grips the foot, and that's a nice thing as well, just a side point. And of course, the best part about this is that now you can have both hands free to play. Of course, we have a similar control here, which is great if you want to quickly change something. But if you really want to add lots more expression, you can just play freely and use the foot to now, create so much more. And it's been really fun.
Yeah, so maybe, Alex, you could demonstrate the combination of the EURUS GS1 and the EV1WL for us.
No problem. Well, how about I go back to my cello lead, which is one of my favorite tones, and see what we can do. So just synth only, maybe. So hands-free. So now, if you think about it, just like I showed you earlier, this wonderful cello tone like this. I can use the expression pedal for the volume, and then I can kick it into filter, and it becomes something completely different. So that shows you, even with the same patch, you can create a wide variety of tones. And I might just add, I can make it pitch too. And all of that is on one patch. So I've got filter, I've got volume, and then of course I can kick in pitch if I like as well. So many options.
Yeah, amazing. And that filter sound is just, to me, is such an authentic synth filter sound.
My favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Yoshi-san, how can someone go about then setting those control parameters on GS1?
Yes. So the target parameter can be set in GS1 editor, and also, you know, every parameter which GS1 has, you can control from EV1WL. So, and also, you know, not only one parameters, you can combine some parameters like a filter and depth. You can change multiple parameters at the same time. And also that is, you know, you can control the filter from synth control knob, but if you can keep your hand free to just picking, you can use your foot to control such parameters. That's to expand your play style very much.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, there's so many combinations that you can set. And, you know, that really does have that true synth-like behavior, which I think is incredible. But also, some people may not be aware, but the EV1WL has the control input as well. So, Yoshi-san, do you want to explain a little bit about how that works?
Yes, that's a very important point. You know, if you add a foot switch like FS6 to EV1WL, you can send that data by Bluetooth, you know. So that is, you can control the foot switch with a wireless function. So for example, EURUS GS1 has some hold and pitch control by foot switch. So Alex, please show that capability.
Yeah, absolutely. So just like I did earlier, and actually on the official video, I utilized this function. So I'll show you it in live, hopefully. Okay, so synth only, then I'm going to bring in the guitar, and I'm going to use the foot switch with hold. So I'm going to simply play a chord. So you can see now I'm free to do even more things by holding the synth, playing guitar over the top, playing synth over the top. There's lots more options which I'm looking forward to getting into. This is still the beginning, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you showed the pitch function there a little bit as well, which you can also set to the pedal or the control button. There's a couple of comments come in quickly as well while you've got the sound set up, Alex, about using the trem arm at
Yeah,
the same
absolutely.
time.
Yeah, man.
Could you just quickly demonstrate that?
Absolutely, I'd love to because it's so cool. Let me get my favorite sign. 1 second. Let's go to the fat one. Yes. Okay, here we go. Trem time. So cool. And even if I turn the guitar off, I'm just going to let you, you're going to have to listen more now. Sorry. Very natural. In fact, one more thing. You could even get the flutter, Steve I flutter, you know? So. I'm glad you asked me.
Yeah,
it's great fun.
It's almost, when you do the synth sound there, it's almost like the kind of synthesizer bend wheel on a keyboard as well.
Yeah,
cool.
and just to do it higher, I think more clear, right? We have 2 more hours, right, of this, so hang on. Sorry, there you go.
No, thank you, Alex, and I hope that answered some of the questions in the comments as well. So it's obviously amazing using EV1 because there's such a wide range of applications that you can set. And in terms of things like the pitch, you can also set the variable time and width it takes to change, which is very cool. Plus the assignable toe switch, so you can have some extra functions there. And, you know, adding that FS6 and the EV1WL gives you, you know, a huge variety of options. But also, Yoshisan, we should probably talk about the fact that it will be compatible with Waza Air and Katana Air. So what sort of features are we going to utilize with EV1WL and those products?
Yes. So if you use EV1WL with Waza Air and Katana Air, that works simply wah-wah pedal and volume expression pedal. And also if you add foot switch, you can change patches and effect on-off, so everything. So we are going to update Waza Air and Katana Air software. But, you know, EV1WL delivery is a little bit, you know, late. But software update will make it very soon.
Yes, yes. And I think the things like the wah pedal control is something that a lot of users have requested. And the fact you can do it wirelessly, you know, with something like Waza Air is amazing. And the fact that you can also change patches with your feet. So when you're playing, again, you're keeping your hands on the instrument and thinking about it in the moment. And Alex, I also understand you just shot the explainer videos using those two products together as well.
I did, yes. That was just yesterday. It was a long day, but it was fun. And we shot, yeah, both Katana and the Waza Air, and really enjoyed playing with the volume, the wah, patch changing, and we were showing things like delay on and off. You can choose which effects and kind of make it like a stomp box, which is really cool. So that will come out soon.
Yes, yeah, we're in the process of making that introduction video, so do stay tuned to the BOSS channel for that, and Alex will obviously appear in those as well. And Yoshisan, obviously we've mentioned that EV1WL can connect via USB and TRS Midi. What sort of applications could you use those functions for?
Yes. So you can connect each by cable. If you choose USB cable, you can connect Windows PC or Mac. And then you can control DAW and plugin effects parameters by EV1WL. And it's kind of like strange, but there is no easy connection expression pedal to PC. There's no market. So maybe EV1WL is very much useful for such customers.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend of mine who works in a studio, producer, sort of programmer, and to actually try and add real expression to software is very difficult. So this basically allows you to connect directly to your computer and use it as a MIDI controller, which I think is fantastic, with no driver install as well, just plug straight in. And you can do things like use a wah or pitch shifting effect without any sort of automation, which can be difficult to program and maybe be a bit clunky. So it's way more natural to use. And also the fact that because EV1WL is Bluetooth, Macs that have Bluetooth support, you can connect it as well. So that's quite cool. And Yoshi-san, what about using the TRS MIDI connection as well?
Yes. So EV1WL has TRS Midi connection. So if you use TRS cable, you can control latest BOSS effects like a 200 series, GT1000 core, RC500. And also if you use this type of cable, TRS2 legacy MIDI 5-pin cable, this is MIDI 535. So you can control all legacy MIDI product.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, that is extremely cool, extremely versatile as well. So if you've got any, legacy MIDI products that you want to control, it's very, very good. And all the signals that are coming out of EV1WL are MIDI. That's why obviously we've got this MIDI expression pedal. But maybe, Yoshi-san, some customers aren't familiar with MIDI, and they might find it, maybe a bit scary to use. But actually, I think it's quite an easy product to understand.
Yeah. So you don't need to have any skill with MIDI. Most of guitarists don't understand about MIDI. So, but EURUS GS1, Wireless, Katana, all the BOSS product from the editor, you can set the MIDI condition. And if you use DAW plugins or such kind of regular MIDI products, maybe receiving setting, probably you need to set some. But EV1W has exclusive editor, so you can set what type of control change you can send to the MIDI product. So EV1W has expression pedal and 2 switch, and also additional 2 foot switch. You can send CC control change number, and you can set control change number by editor.
Yeah. So I think that's really cool, versatile, up to 5 MIDI CC messages as well. So Alex, I know you've been using the EV1WL with GS1, but after listening to Yoshi-san's explanation, how do you feel about the product being used for other applications as well?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think I need to get hold of that MIDI cable. That's what I need to do. I want to try it. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, so TRS to TRS, the small TRS means, for example, I could go to like DD200 or MD200 and start using like that. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I need this one with the legacy one, so I can play with many different synths and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be fun. And actually, I use Mac, so I think Bluetooth, I guess I could use it with something like Logic or software programs and stuff. Yeah. So that's going to be great.
Yeah, so things like plugins, DAWs, I think anything that accepts MIDI, you can use EV1WL to control, which I think is
cool.
Fantastic. And yeah, we're really excited to actually see people use this and start to experiment with that product, as well as experimenting with GS1. So that's kind of all the questions, everything that we've covered today. We'll just quickly check in with the comments. Loads of people have loved your whammy bar stuff, Alex. There's loads of comments here about
Cool.
about the trem, and I think actually it showed it off really, really well.
I'm glad that person asked, so thank you, because it's one of the best things I almost forgot, so thank you.
Yeah. And Gabor here says instant movie soundtrack.
Awesome.
Obviously you know Gabor, so
yes, great.
Yeah. So I think well, that's everything we have time for. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a great stream today, and it's been really fun to talk about the the EURUS GS1, our first BOSS branded guitar. Alex, obviously, thank you for joining. How was it?
pleasure.
How was your talk with BOSS experience?
Oh, it's been lovely. You know, I love hanging out with you guys. Next time, let's hope we can do it in the same room. But it's been wonderful to join you. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, Alex is
Yeah,
always, very great player and, doing very nice demo. Thank you very much, Alex.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming on this morning, and thanks for everyone for joining in. So, Yoshi-san, do you want to introduce maybe what we're going to talk about next time on Talk with Boss?
Yes, we will open the theme on August 5th.
Mhm.
Maybe everybody understand what that means, right? So,
Yes, yeah.
and
Yeah.
also next time we will have a summer vacation in Japan. So takes a little bit while.
Yes, yeah, I think we're all, it's the summer holidays all around the world. Everyone's enjoying some nice weather. So we're going to take a bit of a break before the next one. But we will announce the next stream right here on the Boss channel as well, with the theme. So the next one will be around the 18th of August at the usual time, 7:30 a.m. UK time, 3:30 p.m. Japanese Standard Time, and 11:30 p.m. on August the 17th in LA. So, as always, please leave all your comments in the chat box. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you all next time.
Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Alex.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.